The immortal John Hancock here, and the holidays are nearly upon us this year, and I thought it'd be fun to put together a retro gaming buyer's guide for people out there that are looking to shop for others or even for yourself. And I'm going to be focusing on retro game themed products that I've covered on my channel, a few new ones, as well as a multitude of ideas for you, yourself, family. And you know what? There's lots of products out there that are flooding the market, and it's hard to kind of sift through what is to consider for yourself or for others. And I'm going to talk about many things here. There'll be affiliate links below and information or websites where you can go to find out more information about the things I'm talking about in this video. So without further ado, let's jump in. Now, this latest Portland Retro Gaming Expo, I got to experience a product in person, and that was from Gaime. And this is the Time Crisis Light Gun Bundle. So they sent me the Ultimate Bundle, which comes with foot pedal, 2 guns, the system, as well as collectible items, a stand, a pin, and a power brick in all regions. I love that. Really nice deluxe packaging and well put together. You know what? I'm a big fan of Namco light gun games, including Point Blank. Point Blank is my favorite. It includes 4 games. The calibration process was pretty straightforward. You got to definitely follow the rules, making sure there's not light sources coming from other areas. That's why my room is dark here, and wanted to just show you. It was an easy to set up process, and just as long as you're following the guidelines that come along with simple and easy to understand instructions, I was having a blast going back and reminiscing with Point Blank. But there's Time Crisis, Steel Gunner 1 and 2 included here, and bundles starting at as little as $100. You can do light gun games on a modern setup. It gets my thumbs up. The link is below where you can check out more about that product. All right, now it's going to jump right into Atari. Lots of products to check out on their website, atari.com, where you can go all information about what Atari publishes. But they are focusing a lot on retro themed products, celebrating Pac-Man's anniversary this year. I did a review of this product here. This is fantastic. It has a firmware updates. It plays a majority of Atari 2600 carts, including many homebrew and aftermarket games, including Pitfall and Pitfall 2. Watch my video if you haven't already. It's amazing. And Atari covers lots of different products. Well, this is a little bit on the high side, so there is some other alternatives. This is another go-to for me, and this is the Atari 7800 Plus. It plays, and it does take a firmware update. It does include the Bentley Bears Crystal Quest, which is fantastic. Comes with a 2-button wireless controller, which is awesome because this product here plays a majority of everything with that 2-button controller. And both these products take a multitude of classic Atari and 7800 games. And so another option you may want to go, they include a lot of accessories on their website. They even have Pac-Man themed wireless controllers and a whole bunch more. They have a 2600 Plus that's normal edition. It's a little bit more affordable. You may want to check this out. You may want to check out the games. They sell cartridge games. But wait, there's more. They're also offering this holiday, not yet, Intellivision Sprint, which is a digital only Intellivision that's scaled down 20%. I did have some hands-on experience with it at Portland Retro Gaming Expo. It looks like a fantastic product. It does take a USB stick where you can add your own ROMs of Intellivision games, and so I can't wait to get my hands on that. And that is also another option for you Intellivision enthusiasts out there for something this holiday. There's another product that was licensed from Atari, and that's the Gamestation Go. And this is a great product, firmware update, and I had like a media version of it, and with the firmware update, no problem. Plays everything much better, has improved performance, as well as adding your own ROMs, as long as it's formatted properly. Anyways, I did a review on my channel if you want to check that out, and includes a multitude of over 200 games. It includes 200 games, able to add your own things to it. Now again, it's at 100. I think it's on sale for Black Friday, so the price, I think the retail price is like $170, but you can find this on sale many places for Black Friday. Lowering that price, this is a fantastic option. Now they have these really cool controllers that sync up with this, and I'm excited about covering that hopefully in the future on my channel, and those are going to be coming out soon. And so a multitude of different controllers. You can hook this up to a TV, you can add your ROMs. The screen looks great, has a trackball and spinner built in, number pad, and so you can play in television games on this, and in a future video I would like to show that. Anyways, this is a great product as long as the accessories that go along with it. My Arcade also offers a multitude of other things you can check out on the website, some dedicated pocket players, as well as some little novelty items. Anyways, this by far, in my opinion, is their best product, and it gets my thumbs up. For sure, there's going to be gamers in your family or yourself that are going to be interested in this. Now, probably one of my favorite retro gaming products that have come out this year is Evercade. Evercade is continuing to just kill it with some awesome retro gaming collections on these multi-carts. I've covered lots of Evercade products on my channel, and it's a system, a multitude of different hardware options where you can play these multi-carts, Block'em Sock'em on Indie Heroes 4. And anyways, you can check these out, and they have over 80 of these multi-carts that play on a series of different hardware. Some of my favorite is the EXP-R, and so this is around $100, 110, and affordable hardware, and it plays these multi-game cartridges. What's cool about this and the Versus, and they also have some countertop arcade setups. These are two of my favorites that they offer, and the Versus R is a go-to for me, where you can play. It's a dual cartridge setup. You can unlock hidden games. You can play up to 4 players on certain games. It's fantastic. I mean, some of the games here, you got Atari Arcade. You have Neo Geo, 3 cartridges of Neo Geo Arcade. This is the reverse slip cover. That's why it looks different there. You got the Lomosoft collection, the Rare collection. I've done dedicated videos of a multitude of what they've offered on my channel. Fantastic. Now, say 110 is not in your price point. You have these Super Pocket Pros. These are like kind of Game Boy style, and they have a multitude of these. Hyper Mega Tech. It's under kind of a different name, but anyways, these play the multi-carts. They don't have some of the bells and whistles and features that the other hardware does, but pretty awesome. Now, they just came out with a new thing. It's kind of a stocking stuffer, semi-novelty in my opinion, but they have these Super Micro. These are keychain things. They only have a few games on these. Now, these are totally different. They don't take the multi-cartridges, but this might be great for your uncle, great for someone that you don't know too well. Or another option is you may want to pick these up as just a kind of a stocking stuffer for the gamer. These are kind of nice. Put them on the shelf. Space Invaders. You have Burger Time. You have 4 different ones. You have Centipede and Asteroids. And there's like 3 games on each one of these. And you know what? The emulation is so-so, but you know what? As a novelty item, I think it's okay. At that $30 price point, that's going to be appealing for essentially kind of a more of a casual gamer, or maybe somebody that hasn't retro gamed in a long time and they want to pick, you want to get them something that they want to reminisce about. Next up, you have this, and this is a chromatic, and this is essentially like a better Game Boy Color with high quality parts. And what's cool about Modretro is they're really supporting this aftermarket handheld, and it plays Game Boy and Game Boy Color carts. That's awesome. It's got some really cool features in it. I did a video on this with the first Tetris bundle there. But they've offered a multitude of other cartridges, new games for Game Boy and Game Boy Color, as well as, you know, the ability to play, you know, over 1,000 Game Boy Color cartridges of yesteryear. This is a great product. It's being well received, and it's nice that they're continuing to support it with their own games. And so it's really building a following, and I really like what they've done with this product. I can't wait to see their new upcoming N64 clone, and I can't wait to get my hands on that. Looking forward to reviewing that. Now, you may not have retro gaming hardware and that's okay. There's some modern hardware options to play retro video games. There's lots of different compilations out there. These are just to name a few that I enjoy. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga collection, fantastic. Recently, I did a video on the Mortal Kombat Legacy collection, and that is fantastic if you're into Mortal Kombat. But Digital Eclipse is really just knocking it out of the park with their documentary style collections of games. So they have the behind the scenes, they have video, the Atari 50, the anniversary collection, expanded edition. This is another amazing product that you may want to consider when you're thinking about retro gaming. And you know what? This just had a DLC drop for $8, including 14 games in the Namco era, when Namco teamed up with Atari, and Atari published several of their games. Fantastic. Namco has a couple other compilations on Switch. They have a Pac-Man collection that's really cool, and they have an arcade pack. They have some other ones as well, but these are great. Those are just to name a few of the multitude of ones that are out there. And then I'm always a big fan of Sega Genesis, the Sega Genesis Classics, over 50 classic games. This is out of print now, but you might be able to check it out in the used market. And it's a great compilation, over 50 Sega Genesis games you can play on your Switch and PlayStation 4, I do believe. Anyways, you know what? And Steam. Anyways, those are just a few options out there, multi-plat compilations that you can check out. Next one is a wide category, and it's controllers. And you're going to have your favorite company of type of controller that you want. Retro Fighters just released a Hunter for the 360 and PC, 2.4 gigahertz. Now, this is a fantastic company. They do a multitude of different controllers for Nintendo, PlayStation, Sega, Xbox, even Dreamcast. Oh my gosh, PC, Mac. They have this, the Hunter. They have the Hunter for the original Xbox as well. Fantastic. Tons of PlayStation controllers. Here's Defender. This is one for the PlayStation 1, 2, and 3. That's kind of cool. One controller for all three. And they have a multitude of other ones. Now, they're not the only controller company on the block. I have to bring up 8-Bit Do. And so they have some amazing controllers. I recently discussed this one, the Pro 3, and it has a charging dock as well, Windows, Android. This is a great controller if you have like a more modern setup. But say you're a classic gamer, the M30, you know, they cover Sega, Nintendo, you name it. I have an older one. I have the N30 Pro. I use this quite a bit. Fantastic controller, but they even have this one, which came out a little bit ago. But this is the Neo Geo wireless controller. This is awesome, you know, and this works with Neo Geo Mini, Android, and more. The Neo Geo Mini controller is fantastic. But whatever your setup, those two companies get my hats off because they make quality products and they offer a multitude of different controllers. And they seem to be just doing an awesome job at supporting retro gaming consoles as well. And so fantastic, hats off to both of them. Now, the next one, another wide category, and that's homebrew and aftermarket games. And I cover many of them on my channel. There's been recent Kickstarters. There's been several companies that offer a multitude of different games, including myself, and I want to talk a little bit about that. Anyways, first up, Atari Age, AWA Anthology. So they even have crazy stuff like a Calibeth for Intellivision, lots of Atari 2600 and 7800 games, and more, even Jaguar. But speaking of Jaguar, let's talk about Songbird Productions, in which I get a lot of my Atari Jaguar aftermarket games. Wings of Death is a recent video I did. They still have some of these available on their website, as well as kind of a favorite of mine is Asterite, which is kind of a Metroidvania on Jaguar. Anyways, multitude of different products, links, Evercade, and more on Songbird Productions. Then I have my friends over in Television Revolution. I recently did a video on these three fantastic game releases, and you can find out more about the aftermarket era for Intellivision on Intellivision Revolution. And so that's and thank you to the Intellivision community in general helping my release, which I have Tortoises on second order batch available on Atari Age. You can sign up. I have about 8 or 9 copies for pre-order left. Anyways, talk about my homebrew games you can get now on eBay. And if you didn't know, I'm an independent game publisher, and I wanted to show you that I've done 4 Atari 2600 games, Retro Game Quest, Catacombs of Chaos, Game Panic 3, and Game Panic. And all 4 of these are available on eBay and physical release. I also offer these on itch.io as well. But I have a multitude of different Block'em Sock'em puzzle games on a multitude of different platforms. The 2 that I have, the 3 that I have 4 in stock. One for ColecoVision, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, as well as Atari 8-bit. I have left in stock, as well as a brand new. I also have republished Tortoises, and this is the reshelled edition. This is a new version of this game, repackaged from Broke Studio, an amazing maze game. All of these are available on my eBay store. You can check that out. Link is below to that. As well as you can go to itch.io, where I'm just now offering this game new on digital, and Block'em Sock'em for 8-bit, and Atari 5200. And so pretty excited about sharing those things with you, as you know what, it helps me out, help support an independent game publisher. And you know what, they are customized, unique gifts that you can give. They're not made in a multitude of hundreds. You know, these are batched out in the dozens at time, and you know what, it's a lot of fun to put these things together. It's a labor of love. There's several websites that offer retro gaming products as well. Stone Age Gamer, Rondo Products, Atari Repair Parts.com. If you have original hardware and you wanted to get it fixed, AtariRepairParts.com has been great to work with. And they offer a wide variety of things to repair your 2600, 5200, and television and more. And so looking forward to seeing them offer new products. Stone Age Gamer is a great website. I've talked about them in the past. They offer lots of different products for different classic consoles and more, always coming up with new things. Rondo Products, which I was able to talk to at Portland Retro Gaming Expo. Same thing, great website, and great to see what products you can get. And you're going to have your favorites in the comments below. Let me know, where do you buy your retro gaming products from? What are your experiences? That's important. And last and definitely not least, buy local, okay? There's a local game store that would love your business, and if you have good experiences with them, check them out. I've done some recent game tours this last year, so there's some local game stores around the world that if you shop there, they're going to appreciate your business, especially during the holiday. Shout out to Double Jump Video Games. Shout out to Legendary Retro, which is a new game store in Kelso, Washington. Anyways, those are the places I like to shop, as well as many others. There's several other game stores in the area that you probably gravitate to and shop to. And anyways, in the comments, give them a shout out. I'd love to see what game stores you like to shop at. And anyways, this was a fun video to put together. It's not everything, but it's the things I have experience with. This is the things I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about retro video games, and I love talking about these types of things. It's cool that it's such a thriving market, and you game the way you want to and not have any judgment of that. And anyways, thank you so much for viewing this video. If you like what you see, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button and clicking the bell, as I'm uploading videos every week. You folks are wonderful and beautiful. Let's keep it positive. This is the Immortal John Hancock, and you take care.